Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is the 48th video of Haiyang's Practice Proverb series. All of the proverbs covered in this series are my original creations meant to preserve training knowledge in a proverb format to benefit present and future generations of practitioners. If you are new to this channel, please take some time to check out my content. You will find a lot of useful information about internal self-martial arts and showdown practice. Following the same structure as in previous weeks, I will answer questions about last week's proverb and then move on to the new one. So, let's recap last week's proverb first. It was 何为内劲？劲由心发，形于四肢，故有此称乎。Translation: What is the nei internal? 劲 power. Energy is from the mind and transmitted to limbs, which is the origin of the name. End translation. Now let me answer two questions asked by our community members. Mong Mi added a comment on our last comment, asking about the definition of external power. Quote, I heard Shaolin people say they use 内劲 internal power also. Seems to me only people who practice Tai Chi, 形意, Bagua call themselves internal and call others external before external power. End quote. Thank you for the comment. Yes, you are right and I have noticed it too. That's why I have defined 内劲 in a new way in last week's video. I do not like the way many people define 内劲. 内劲 or internal power should be associated with the approach to practice and not be monopolized by a style. Furthermore, this kind of phenomenon is very common nowadays. For example, some modern Wushu-influenced 形意 people to masquerade as traditional style teachers since they teach quote-unquote 形意. That's why we have to cultivate the ability to distinguish a marketing slogan from reality. So, thank you for your comment. Now, let's move on to another question. Elvin Kasher asks a question not related to last week's video. It is a good one and I'd like to answer it for him since I often receive this kind of question. He says, quote, can I learn internal martial arts on my own or a need of a teacher is necessary? Where I'm from, I do not think I can find any reputable martial arts instructors other than those Kung Fu experts. End quote. Thank you for this question. Short answer, it depends. If your goal is only to keep yourself active, you can learn and practice Kung Fu by yourself. Otherwise, you do need a teacher. Speaking as a teacher as well as an observer of practitioners over decades, nobody can reach an acceptable level through self-learning alone. Now, I'd like to answer the second part of your question, which is about the quality of a teacher. I fully understand your concern, but in my opinion, no matter whether a local teacher is very knowledgeable or not, as long as that person has some experience to share, working with that teacher is a good idea. It is not necessary to wait until you find a highly reputable teacher if there's no one around you. Furthermore, reputation can often be subjective. So, please just find one to begin your practice journey and then move on to others if you find them. That's my opinion. I hope my answer helps. Thank you. Now, let's move on to today's proverb. We know that posture is related to the required mental state. Applying the right mental state to strengthen the physical martial structure is especially important in fighting-oriented styles such as 形意 compared to defense-oriented styles such as Tai Chi. Today's proverb will introduce this concept. It is 如练习架势开展，精神要上提，如猛兽临敌. There are 3 sentences organized into 3 parts. I will translate the Chinese version word by word and then introduce the English version. Also, I hope you will pay attention to these Chinese versions of terms so you can use them in communication in the future. The first part, 如练习架势开展，如 means if, 1. 练习 means practice, training. 架势 means martial structure, martial posture. 开展 is the popular Chinese martial art term used to describe the overall martial posture as extended or a big frame. For example, Hebei style 形意 applies this approach in managing its structure compared to Shanxi style 形意. Put together, it means if you practice the extended martial frame in training, then what is the topic coming with that structure? That brings us to the next part. Let's continue. The second part, 精神要上提. 精神 means spirit, mental state, or the martial mind. 要 means should. 上提 means rise up, extend upward. 精神上提 is a beautiful term used in Chinese martial arts practice, describing the uprising mental state in training like this. Put together and following the first part, it means that the mental state should have a rising approach. In other words, the martial energy should be raised by the rising mental state. You can see it is a nice expression. By the way, it is worth noting that when interpreting a Chinese martial art proverb, we have to pay attention to its context. For example, a term such as sink or rise very often means the final result and not the process. For example, 垂肩坠肘 does not mean sinking the shoulder and dropping the elbow by force. It means the correct posture in which the shoulder and elbow naturally have a downward energy. It does not mean you forcefully drop the elbows. In other words, 垂肩坠肘 or sink the shoulder and drop the elbow means the martial energy of the relaxed posture and not a forced physical structure, the latter of which can cause stiffness. Some people in China even make this type of mistake, either due to the influence of modern wushu practice or a lack of information, or both. So, raising the spirit up in today's proverb does not mean you have to physically find the spirit and then raise it. Spirit is intangible but can be expressed by a change of structure. Then what does the concept of raising up the spirit look like? That brings us to the next part. Let's continue. The third part, 如猛兽临敌. 如 means like. 猛兽 means ferocious beast. 临 means confronting, facing. 敌 means enemy, predator. Put together, it means it is like a ferocious beast is confronting its predator. I use this metaphor to describe the mental state of the rising martial spirit. So, this proverb is used to describe the mental state of the extended martial frame. In practice, we always alternate our body structure between extended and contracted, even though some styles by nature have a larger frame. So, when dealing with the extending motion in practice, raising the martial spirit is the key aspect. It is more important to keep this mindset in routine practice when working on a large frame-oriented style such as Hebei style xingyi. So, from now on, I hope you will pay attention to this aspect when practicing extended martial movements, which will take your practice to a whole new level. Now, let's recap that proverb. When practicing extending the posture, the spirit should rise up like a beast confronting its predator. That brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you all found this proverb and explanation informative, and I hope it benefits your practice. Please post your questions about this proverb in the comment section. I will answer them for you in the first part of next week's video. Thanks for watching, see you next time, and enjoy your practice.